My husband said I should manage my time better while I hadn't had a day off in months, so I stopped doing anything that benefited him. He called it a tantrum, then begged for normalcy. I worked a full shift at the hospital before coming home to cook his favorite pasta from scratch because he mentioned wanting comfort food this morning. The kitchen was spotless when I started, and I'd already done 2 loads of his laundry while the sauce simmered. He sat on the couch playing video games the entire time, only pausing to ask if dinner was ready yet, and once to tell me to keep it down because I was distracting him. When I finally served him, he took 1 bite and said the sauce needed more salt, then launched into his daily lecture about how I never vacuum under the bed properly, and how his mother's house was always immaculate. Maybe if you managed your time better instead of being lazy on your days off, he said between bites. I stood there watching him devour the meal I'd spent an hour preparing while listing all the ways I was failing as a partner, never mentioning that I hadn't had a real day off in months. You know what would be nice? Said my coworker Ethan the next morning as I vented during our break. If you just stopped. I looked at him over my coffee, confused by the simplicity of his suggestion. Just stop doing things for him and see what happens when he has to handle his own life. Ethan had been through a similar situation with his ex, and always gave surprisingly good advice. But the house would fall apart, I protested weakly. He shrugged and took a bite of his sandwich. That sounds like his problem, not yours, especially since nothing you do is apparently good enough anyway. The idea felt radical and terrifying, but also oddly liberating. I thought about the 5 shirts I'd ironed Sunday while he played golf, about the bathroom I'd scrubbed while he napped, about the grocery shopping and meal planning and the constant mental labor of keeping our life running smoothly. You're not his mother or his maid, Ethan added. You're supposed to be partners, but it sounds like you're the only one doing any actual partnering here. That afternoon, I moved my clothes into the guest bedroom. I gathered my toiletries from our shared bathroom and set them up in the hall bathroom. My husband was still at work, probably complaining to his coworkers about how I'd forgotten to iron his shirt that morning, even though I'd actually ironed 5 of them on Sunday while he played video games and yelled at me to bring him snacks. I looked around our bedroom one last time at his dirty clothes thrown everywhere despite the hamper being 3 feet away, at the expensive gaming setup I